So Last of Us 2 is one of my favorite titles of all time. Well, along with Last of Us Part 1 is better, but 2 is still good, right? So we are testing this on the PlayStation 5 Pro. This has a significant upgrade in image quality and the output resolution using PSSR. You might think 1440p upscaled just like it was before, or it was at 1440p before, but now it looks so much cleaner with PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, and it is a real game changer, to be honest, with this. The frame rate is also well above 60. You can actually do it at 120 hertz, very close to that with the old performance mode, but now with the new one it's still about 80 FPS, which just looks so nice. It plays so smoothly, and yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and check out the footage and enjoy. We're capturing it from a camera on the TV, so you guys can actually see what VRR does and what things show. So enjoy. Right, guys, so this is Last of Us over on the TV, so we can bring up this gorgeous frame rate counter that we have on these LG TVs. But just for a second before we dive into all these frame rates and things, just look at this. You are looking through, obviously, through a camera, so it's not going to look as good as in person, but I'll also try and bring up game capture so you can see what that looks like for a little bit as well. But I want to focus on the performance because this thing is insane. This game looks utterly incredible on this PS5 Pro. So, but first we'll dive into this stuff. So obviously the old fidelity mode and performance mode is still there, 4K 30 and fidelity, and 1440p upscaled with whatever upscaling they've used. I'm not actually sure for performance, but the Pro mode is now 1440p upscale with PSSR to 4K at 60. So let's just go to the Pro mode and bring up the frame rate tab here. And as you can see, with this unlocked frame rate mode, we are actually above 60 FPS in a game that looks like this. Wow, this is something that is just so incredible to get on a console. This is what we expect from PCs, right? And this is exactly the point of this console, and it's something I've been preaching for a little while. This is what is needed from these systems, what I've wanted. I don't like PC, it's just not personally for me. I had a 4090. For people who've watched my channel, they know this, and it's just not for me personally. I don't enjoy PC gaming. I found the bugs annoying. It's not what I want to get into in this video, but this is what I've wanted. PC level of performance and quality, but on a console, and this is exactly what I've asked for and wanted for a long time. So this is the new Pro mode, an output of 4K with PSSR, upscale from 1440p. It's just so crisp and clean. Like, I can't believe that this is a game that was launched however many years ago on the PlayStation 4, and now it's been reworked for PS5, obviously. It's just incredible. It looks so good, and I just am so happy with the performance level we get here. But let's just have a little look at the other modes just to see if anything's been unlocked and changed, because we're testing in this video, right? So fidelity mode, no, I'm not playing it like this. It shows 120 FPS. It is absolutely not. It is like 45, I would say, something around that sort of frame rate. Not how I would want to play the game at all. So let's change that. Let's try the old performance mode and just see what that runs now, because it's probably unlocked. Sorry, my cat is knocking things around. My gosh, you can actually see the difference between those modes. If we switch to Pro a second, actually, because it kind of does it almost live. Yeah, wow, that Pro mode is so much sharper. When you look at the blades of grass down in that bottom right hand corner, if we go back to performance, the old performance mode, the sharpness difference in person, okay, it may not come across on the camera or whatever, but it is definitely there. But what is the performance of the Pro mode? Let's see if it actually shows us the right one. Yeah, so if you want 120 FPS gameplay, you can actually dip down to this old performance mode. It 100% takes a significant hit to resolution. Like, you can very clearly see, or I can very clearly see in person, the sharpness difference of the trees, the grass. Like, it is very much there. In fact, I'll show a couple of areas on video where you can sort of switch between, and I'll flick between them a little bit faster, and you can see, especially when zoomed in on certain areas, how much sharper the trees are. I mean, you can just see from me swapping between these, right? I mean, I can see in person very clearly how much sharper like these trees and grass are. I don't think I even need to do zooms in stuff. I don't want to do Digital Foundry, that's their job, but you can very much see. But if you do want that kind of 120 hertz gameplay, you can do it with this mode. You're much higher up on the frame rate graph if that's something you want, but no way, I'm not doing that. We want to go over to this Pro mode, right? It's so much sharper. The colors even look like they pop better. Everything just looks sharper. It just looks crisper, cleaner. This, I would say, is actually one of the bigger upgrades so far, I personally think. Now, bear in mind, we are in one of the more open sections of the game, so you are actually going to have higher frame rates. I wonder if there's a way I can load... No, it's just got this downtown saved area here, but this is one of the biggest sections of the game in this downtown area where you can actually just walk around, and it's kind of very much an open world area. So this is probably going to actually run, there's going to be higher frame rates in a lot of other areas of the game. I forgot which, but I thought I was actually sprinting fully then before, but yeah, this is just so crisp. It would have been nice to add like full-on ray tracing in some of these puddle areas. That would have been kind of cool, but man, I wish there was more outdoorsness in this game compared to the amount of indoor areas that do seem to crop up in this game, because this just looks gorgeous. I'm absolutely going to have to do another playthrough of Last of Us 2 now, and Last of Us 1, which I think we should test, because they've obviously brought Last of Us 1 up to scratch with this game, so you can kind of see how that game runs, but we'll do a test on that at some point in the future. But this might be a good time to just flick between the performance mode again. As you can see, I hope that comes across on camera, but this is far more blurry than the Pro mode now. Far more blurry. This looks way crisper, way cleaner. The leaves on the trees, the blades of grass are all much more distinctive, and you can actually see a difference between them rather than being a bit more blurred and a bit more like an oil painting. This definitely looks a lot better. Let's bring up that frame rate counter again. Oh, I don't know how people can downplay this console so much. I get that this isn't creating new games and it's not this big thing where we're seeing revolutionary stuff and it's just a sharper resolution, but for people who want this more PC-like performance and quality, like, this is exactly what I've wanted from a console for a very long time, is just to have this sharper resolution, sharper image quality, and all that kind of stuff. So for testing purposes, this is the perfect example of a game of what I would want to see from Sony going forward with other titles, because I just think this is what it looks, this is what it should look like, right? This is the difference in power. This is what PSSR can do. We're seeing increased resolution, keeping very good frame rates. Yeah, okay, the performance mode running a little bit worse than the Pro mode, sorry, runs a little bit lower than the performance mode now, but in the end of the day, the performance mode in the past wasn't even hitting these kind of frame rates, and now we're getting this sort of visuals with higher frame rates than what the base PlayStation 5 could do. So at the end of the day, I think this is a big win, a big advantage, looking much cleaner, and it's visibly noticeable. This is one of those games that's visibly noticeable, much like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's a significant difference between the two, and I am very glad to see it, and I'm here for it. So that's it for this video. Please leave a like, please subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in future videos. Bye bye for now.